just ran away, and I've been trying to find him for a while now.
We're gonna check out the demo for TimeWarp. TimeWarp is basically a new game made using the Xash engine. That's why it's marketed as a Half-Life mod. But in reality, it's very different. When we start the game, we're greeted with a nice menu. One thing that immediately put me off was the lack of the console in game. To get it, you need to either rename the game to console/developer or start the game with this -console option. Then you can access the console just like in Half-Life using the tilde key. I also heavily recommend turning mouse axle off. To do that, you need to add /noforce maxle -noforce mspd -noforce and params to the launch options. We can play the game. Right away, we're thrown into a cutscene, something the original Half-Life tried to avoid as it takes control away from the player, which we as players don't like.
Patient 84, come in. You should be next to a mining facility that holds one of the time crystals we're after.
Should? Are you really sure this worked?
Well, there's a 0.4% chance that you might have ended up in another dimension. Shut up! Someone's coming!
We meet two detectives straight from the 20s.
So, Peters
Peters
all
and
the way
Campbell.
here
We
for
learn
what?
that
Listen,
our objective
Campbell,
is
the boss
a
told
time
me we had to
crystal,
go to this
which
mining
Peters heard
facility.
about.
Apparently a few dozen workers went missing all of a sudden.
Wasn't that just a rumor, though? What the hell was that? All of this sounds like a load of bullshit to me.
But there's something going on with the mines. That's why we get the revolver. The cutscene takes around 3 minutes, which I felt like was a bit too long for a starting cutscene. But maybe that's just my youngin' brain. Finally the game starts. Something you can notice right away is the smooth gold source movement is in the game. B-hops, surfing, pre-strafes, and all the niceties from Half-Life are in the game. Did you see that lava we're platforming over? You'd think it is an insta-kill, but it's not. It deals a bit of damage as long as you are in it, which is dumb in my opinion. Insta-kill lava would make this way more interesting, as the platforming isn't difficult whatsoever. And then we meet our first enemy, the miner. They have revolvers and can't really hurt you if you're fighting them from a distance. And your revolver will one-shot kill every enemy in this chapter with a headshot from any distance. And it isn't difficult or something. The enemies often just stand around and let you pick them off from afar, which makes the game even easier. Now let's check out a bad weapon. The pistol. It can't one-shot kill enemies. It is inaccurate. The only thing going for it is the max size. But there is never more than 6 enemies on screen from what I can tell. So it is completely obsolete. The last starting weapon is the pipe. It's your crowbar. Really not gonna use this at all. I only use this for the video. It's not bad, but there's no reason to use it when you always have guns. So we keep going through the mines, which feels nice because we got Half-Life movement.
I don't think you chose the right time to get me in here. It's beginning to cave in.
What happened
And then we get the Tommy gun. The Tommy gun is the SMG in this chapter. It's pretty strong up close and in my opinion still worse than the revolver. The Tommy gun needs to be used up close, which means it will take lots of damage. The revolver allows you to take almost no damage through the entire game, long as you keep enemies away from you. One thing all weapons in the game have is great sound design. Revolver and pistol are stylized, but the sound they make, ooh baby. Tommy though? It's unreal how it sounds. Like a 50 BMG. It sounds so meaty and hard, it makes me want to actually use it instead of the revolver. Going through the level, we get to one of the main set pieces, the lava lake. On the way there, I have some problems with the mouse axle and try to turn it off in the settings. But it's not there. Only using launch options you can disable it here. Let's hope the devs add raw mouse input in a later version. Now it's time for a big fight.
Space guy! Glad to see at least someone in one piece. Listen.
The red barrels in this game are awesome. They do what you think they do, and do it well. One thing I liked is the secrets sprinkled throughout the levels. They are an interesting sport and have useful goodies in them. We keep going and hit another cutscene.
This place is total chaos! What the hell is going on here?
I wish I knew. It seems all the workers went absolutely nuts. Now, don't worry about Peters. He's done this multiple times already and somehow hasn't ended up dead yet.
We find Peters and go deeper into the caves.
Peters! I swear I'll rip your head off!
Hey, just so you know, I don't think going on all rescue abandoned minecarts is a good idea.
What do you mean?
Oopsies.
What? Where is everyone? Where am I? Jay?
Oh, I hear you signaling before. We thought you were dead for a second. What happened to the detectives?
We'll worry about that later.
Underwater level in the first chapter. I would have much rather preferred a bunch of puzzles to pace the game, not some water level. In a cave, we find a new weapon, dynamite. Nowhere near as good as the blood dynamite, but it's still nice. It's pretty good if you can hit your enemies with it.
You know, this seems like the kind of place I would find a time crystal in.
We fight a big ambush and get into the temple. The little secret room is a very nice touch, I like that a lot. shotgun shells. But no shotgun? After that I decided to explore for a bit to try to find a shotgun. But then I came upon this. A Jenny shrine. Huh? Still no shotgun. Okay. Turns out the dynamite has a secondary attack. You can drop the dynamite and... Wow, that's some nice sounds. I make my way back into the temple and fight. 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 Until I get to the crystal. And the demo ends. The game is still in active development. Around 50% of it is finished right now, but we get only a single chapter in the demo. There are videos of the newer chapters on the mod page, which look awesome. The HUD is redesigned, we get new enemies and weapons, and I hope they add the console in-game by default. And of course, raw input into the settings menu. That's just sloppy to not have those. The game is pretty fun, so you should check the demo out. It is pretty short, but there's fun to be had. And when the full game releases, I know it is going to be great. What's to hate? The movement is great. Guns do feel nice, even if they are unbalanced. But beautiful environments and sound design. The music is just perfect for this game. So go check it out.